Hello internet user, my name is Gary of Gary's Wares. I make wooden pipes out of exotic hardwoods. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of these. This is a skateboard pipe. It's my own. It's made from the decks of skateboards, and the top still has the grip tape and the bottom still has the graphic. And it's just a cherry bowl with the skateboard deck that's been laminated together as the stem. And I'm ready to go with about 5 of them, so I'll catch you up. First, you're going to want to start off with a skateboard. This one I got from my buddy Paul. I check your Facebook feed and like skate shops, because skate shops have broken boards all the time. So skateboards are curved like this, so it's probably best to mill them by cutting across this way and cutting diagonally like that. And once you have 2 pieces that you want to do, you take the grip tape off of one and plane it and plane it and plane both the pieces until you come up with something like this. And you glue it together and you clamp it, and then you square it. It's really important that these get squared because they're going to be eventually glued to the bowl with a clamp, and so this side needs to be parallel with all the other sides. So now to drill some holes. I got a problem with my drill press, and this has been happening for a while, so watch what happens. See, that's spinning, but that's not. So I checked out YouTube, and somebody had a problem like this, and I thought initially it was the belt tension, so I thought maybe I needed to tighten this, but it turns out maybe this screw right here will fix it. I don't know, I'll check it out. Okay, I tightened it, and it seems like the problem's gone away. It doesn't do what it was doing before. So if you have a problem like that, look into this. There are 2 screws right here. 2 of them that like set it to the shaft that spins the chuck, and that's what my problem was. So back to work. Many holes of various sizes have been drilled. Drilling the bowl is kind of a complicated process that I've already covered in another video of mine. So real briefly, here it is. You're going to start off with a 5/8 inch Forster bit. You're going to drill down to about 1/4 of an inch with a Forster bit, and then you're going to take a core box bit that's 5/8 of an inch and drill down to 1 inch. From there, you determine the depth of the bowl and mark it on the side and drill appropriately. For a little more detail on this process, check out my video, The Basics of Pipe Making. Now this little ledge has been something I can't seem to avoid doing, but that's okay because I can take care of it in sanding later. So now to take all these over to the sander. So before I glue the stems to the bowls, I'm going to shape along these lines and give it a curve so that the stem looks kind of like the edge of a skateboard. Now that I've shaped along those lines, I can shape the entire side and it'll give everything a nice curve. That's what I'm shooting for. Now this one is ready to be glued to the bowl. The stems have been glued to the bowls and they're now ready to be shaped. I drilled the stem holes with a 9/64 inch bit, which is 1/64 of an inch wider than this 1/8 inch dowel. I then use it to line up the stem with the air passage of the bowl. You're going to want to make sure you don't get any glue on the grip tape, so take like a towel, not a paper towel, but an actual like cloth towel, and wipe any of that off if it gets on there. Back to the sander. Shaping the pipe is something I haven't really covered on my channel yet, so I guess I should do it now. First thing we do is take this little part off. Now that that's done, I'm going to shape the end of the bowl. Now at the end of the bowl has a nice shape, we can move on to the actual spindle sander part of this. First I'm going to shape around the outside of the bowl, but I'm not going to mess with the flatness of the bottom because that's real crucial to shaping. Now that I've gone as far as I can without changing the shape of the stem, I'm going to angle the pipe so I can continue to shape the bowl. So now that that's done, I'm going to try to carefully take away this without taking away any of the grip tape. I already let it get out of control on me and it nicked it right here. So if you're doing this, be careful. So now do the same thing on the bottom, being careful not to sand into this because part of this is, it's sort of like a live edge thing, but with skateboards, and you want to have these original nicks that were put in there by the skateboarder, but you don't want this to eat that away, so be careful. I didn't do too bad. I sanded away a little bit of it, but you can hardly tell. So now to take away all these sharp edges. So now I'm going to shape the edge of the bowl, and the way that you do that is you take a very shallow angle on one side and a very shallow angle on the other, and then take out that ridge that's left by the two of them, and then kind of shape it over from there. That'll be enough to take care of during final sanding. Remember, you don't have to get it all at once. So now the last thing, I guess, is to shape the mouthpiece. And there you go. This thing's ready for final sanding. Here they are, sanded and finished. These came out really well. What I like the most are the corners right here. With mine, I just let the shape be what it was, but if you round over the corners, it actually looks a whole lot more like a skateboard. Now all they need is little wheels. So that, I suppose, is that. Making pipes is what I do, and I usually do it out of exotic hardwood. Skateboards are a little less than exotic, but they are pretty neat. If you like what you've seen, check me out on Facebook, and I've got a website coming soon, and I'm on Instagram all the time, and yada yada. And my name's Gary, and I'm out.